welcome to the Boaty, which is a wonderful boat based design in Rust that I have personally spent an entire wipe out of that you can watch on my main channel. A secure captain's area with respawns, lockers, and everything you need to secure your ship. A core with 18 boxes, 6 furnaces, workbench, beds, and room for more as well. And of course 5 engines to make sure our speed is as good as it can be. I've built a lot of ships since the Naval update, and this is a perfect ship balancing speed and health. If you enjoyed this base design, please subscribe down below and let's start the tour. So once we are ready to take a look at the ship before we start building it, we'll start with the cockpit. We got the steering wheel right here with decent and good visibility every angle, repair bench, a nice little bedroom in the back with ceiling kits as well as re-gears, and a chill little balcony that you can customize however you would like. Moving on, we'll head over to deck where we have a total of 9 sails, 4 cannons, and 2 drawbridges, as well as some sandbags to have good cover from to where we cannot be spotted. Heading on downstairs to the magical loot area, we'll go through right here. Going down, we have 5 total engines as well as the anchor, a moon pool to both enter and leave our ship fairly easily, as well as of course the magic loot area. A workbench level 3 with some barrels, sleeping bags, and furnaces, and then just an endless amount of barrels and loot if I can ever get in. So once we are in, as you can see, we have a lot of good loot inside of this beautiful ship. If you plan on building it, don't forget to subscribe first and let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in 30 days. So let's learn how to build this thing. So once we are ready to start building, we're going to start by building 2 foundations, and then we'll build 4 further out, giving us a total of a 2x4 just like this. We'll then add triangles in all of the front like so, but we will be removing this one. This will be the final footprint of our boat, and we can start by adding down 2 windows at the back right here, and then just wall in everything else to secure our floor. So add walls all the way around the first floor to make us secure. I'll also add down windows here as well as embracers to fully secure the back. And right on the first right triangle, we'll be having a ladder hatch that I would recommend facing this way right there, so it'll be airlocked by our single door later on. And right here, we'll have a window like so. Everything else can be walled off in the ceiling, so let's head upstairs. So put a ceiling on top of everything, and the first floor of our boat is safe. Do keep in mind, while building boats, the walls have very low health, so you might need to put it into normal mode at any point if someone's pushing your boat. So I would recommend putting my steering wheel in this corner and make sure that you lock it. Now to explain that a little easier, as we are currently in build mode, 1 bullet, as you can see, 1 mag will shoot through an entire wall. But by putting the boat in ocean mode, as you can see, a wall has unlimited health as the boat is fully built. And to put the boat back in build mode, simply go to your steering wheel and hold E and click deploy and build. So let's replace that wall. So place your steering wheel in that corner so your boat is safe while we are building. But to get back to actually building it, we'll start by adding sets of windows all the way around this hull. If you want to make your core more annoying to breach through, you can obviously go with windows on every other like so. But personally, I don't feel like it's necessary, so we'll leave it like we had it. So add single doors right here in a funnel, and then 2 single doors right here too. This is going to work as an anchor and our moon pool, which is very smart to have inside of your boat. So wiggle around until this anchor actually fits, just like that, and we have our moon pool right there. We'll start by 1 armor door as well as 1 single door right here. And right here, we'll also add down an embracer, meaning we can reach our anchor from right here. We'll also be needing an armor door right there. So with our core ready to be built, we'll start by placing deployables shortly. And with our core fully decorated, we have our tier 3, some boxes, plenty of furnaces, sleeping bags, as well as a terrible amount of storage so we can truly just live out of this boat. I did this in my last video on my main channel, so if you want to see me living out of this exact pirate ship, you can do that on my main channel. But right here is where we're going to store our engines, but to do so, we're going to have to remove the window for now. So we need to try to squeeze these engines as far into this corner as possible, and then simply just keep adding them. Now, by placing engines not systematically, in reality, you want 2 engines there, 2 engines on that side, 1 in the center. or else the boat will have drifting. It'll drift depending on if your engines are all placed on one side. This specific ship will have drift, but that is okay. It is a little annoying to deal with, but it is also not that bad. And if done correctly, we should be able to fit this engine right here, giving us 5 engines, which is the max amount of engines we can have on a ship. So as of currently, our first floor is fully finished and we have our airlock to get to the moon pool right there. We'll leave the steering wheel here until further ado. So let's head upstairs, and yeah, as you can see here, we have a peak in here to look up as well if we need to defend our ship from this little corridor right here, as well as obviously the triangle ladder hatch creating an airlock. But let's continue on building. I'm gonna pick up my sail for now and we'll keep building it up. So once we are ready to build on the second floor, we'll start by adding 3 triangles in the back with some nice little fences on it as well. A window here and a single door and 2 walls, and then a window, and a window and a single door there with another wall right there. We can then put a ceiling on top of all of this and then place the single doors right away so no one can mess with us while we are building. These should preferably both be upgraded to armor doors. We can then add a embracer right here and embracers on all the other windows as well. I would also recommend putting windows on everything too. And don't forget a single door right here. With that out of the way, let's go downstairs and grab our steering wheel and put it where it actually belongs. Something I see a lot of people do with their ships is that they put their steering wheels outside, meaning they can die and not escape if necessary. But we will put our steering wheel in here behind the window, giving us plenty of visibility to escape if necessary. 2 entrances to the cockpit as well as that. So this room right here is going to be a nice little bedroom with room for 4 beds. So if you're more than 4 people, well, then someone ain't sleeping. So we'll put down 4 sleeping bags inside of here just like so, as well as a bamboo shelf on the wall right here, and another one right here, and another one right here. With these shelves, we have hereby unlocked a lot of storage that we can store away some loot. But I'm gonna personally just use flying to actually place the boxes. You can place them without it as well. It's just really annoying. So just figure out how to place your boxes and then get as many as you can. You can fit a lot more boxes on these shelves if you want to, as you can stack them underneath each other. So in reality, if you wanted to, you could fit another shelf here and here and here. But this is just for storing kits for ray defenses and for regearing, so I don't think it's necessary to have more. On this door specifically, I'm going to just add a normal single door. And on this wall is perfect spot for another locker, giving us even more kits to regear with. Or instead of a locker, if you're not feeling it, as we already have the small boxes, I would personally probably just place a repair bench, as there is no room for it downstairs. This will also give us room for 2 more boxes inside of here as well. I would recommend putting wood and low grade in one of those boxes so we can repair our ship from the cockpit if necessary. And whoever didn't get sleeping bags in here, just place bags out here for whatever you want. If you really want to, you could also make a single door here, but it's really not necessary, so I'm personally going to not do it. Now, if you look at the top right of the menu, you can see that our power mass is 8.20. That is really good considering we have no sails yet, but we can do even better. Now, you can place down these as you can see, and it'll mess up with your power mass ratio, but you can also use sandbags, which has better visibility as it's a taller foundation, giving you better peaks, and it also does not mess with your power mass ratio. So we're going to try to use a couple of these instead. And then next to these, we will have some cannon pockets right there. So with the sandbags, we'll have way better visibility, and because as you can see, it's taller, giving us access to fully crouch behind them. But in the front, we're just going to be using normal ones like so. We'll put these right there. And if I was able to, I would do this, but it is not possible. So instead, we'll just do the normal ones. And that is the front of our ship basically finished. So let's start by building the staircase to get to the next floor. On the top floor, we will have 2 more cannon pockets right here. And in the back, we're going to be using the sandbags again, as they are simply so much better, giving you way taller angles. And placed like this, you also get a really nice pixel peak in between them, as well as just another fence right here. Last but not least, which is really important, is 2 ramps on top of our ship. Really good for pinching boats as well as boarding other boats as well. So by placing these and just ramming into a boat, these will get stuck in boats every single day of the week. So you just ram boats, these will get stuck on them and you can board them very easily, also shown in my new video. But for now, we are going to lift our bridges. Our ratio is currently at 7.5, but a couple of sails will make that better. But before we get the sails down, let's just start by placing our cannons. One cannon here, one cannon here, as well as the last two being placed upstairs, just like so. With our cannons placed, we just need to get some sails to try to get a little more mass. So we'll place a sail here, and then we'll just keep placing sails moving backwards to get our power mass ratio better. So with all these sails placed, we're looking fairly good, but there are still room for a couple more upstairs. So once we do get upstairs, I don't like it getting too crowded with sails, so we'll just place 3 sails upstairs. One right there, and then following the line between the foundations, we'll push this one as far over here as possible, and then repeat the process with this one over here, giving us plenty of space for one last sail right there, giving us a total of 9 sails, whereas max sails is 10. You could probably squeeze in a 10th one if you want, but even this is a little excessive in my opinion. But as you can see, our ship is looking fairly good, and I'm really happy with how it has turned out. The only things I would recommend you to do further on than this is to place a couple of small boxes next to your cannons, very easily for giving you good crouch angles, as well as obviously to store your cannons in. We want to have cannons very available, so when we do get into our pirate fights, we can easily use them. And with that being said, this is my pirate ship, only costing 15k wood and 766 low grade, as you can see on the screen. It is not too expensive, and like I said, I lived out of this for an entire wipe with all my main loot in the back of it, and we had a wonderful wipe. I hope you will try it out as well, and before we end the video, let's just test out the speed on it so you can truly see how it works. So going downstairs and turning on all of our engines, we're already going 30 miles an hour. I don't know if that means anything to you, but from a perspective, we'll just look at it from afar. As you can see, you can physically see us moving fairly fast. By lowering all the sails, it should just be getting better and better. So lower every single sail that we have, and we are going at a rapid pace. As you can see, it is not bad whatsoever, as well as the ship looking like an absolute beauty. And the beauty of making this window is that we can drop our anchor just as easy as that, very easily, as well as using the entrance to get in and out. The only thing I would recommend is to place down an actual ladder here, making it a lot easier to climb in. Meaning we can enter and leave our ship using this moon pool, meaning if we are fighting, the people we're fighting won't actually see us going anywhere, but we can board their ship without them ever even learning anything about it. So without further ado, this is my first out of hopefully many boat-based designs. If you liked it, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in 1 month.